Ballon d'Or is the most prestigious trophy in world football. Awarded annually since 1956, excluding 2020 because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ballon d'Or, presented by French news magazine France Football, honours the best performing footballer in the world. Up until 1994, it was solely awarded to European footballers, which was then expanded to non-Europeans playing for a European side, and then finally in 2007 it was expanded globally. But how are the nominees for the award shortlisted? What's the criteria for winning the award? And ultimately, how is the winner of the Ballon d'Or selected? The answer to that final question in particular, and the criteria the judges use, might surprise you. Also, it's the 65th Ballon d'Or ceremony tonight. Let me know in the comments who you want to see win it. Personally, I'd love to see Lewandowski win it. The Ballon d'Or awards ceremony is typically held in either November or December. In late September, France Football compiles a 30-name shortlist of the players who they think should be in the running for the awards. And in October, that shortlist is revealed to the public, but more importantly, it's revealed to the people who have the power to decide who wins the Ballon d'Or. A panel of 180 journalists with a single representative per country. The journalists are asked to list their 5 favourites for the award. First place gets 6 points, second place gets 4 points, third place 3 points, fourth place 2 points, fifth place 1 point. And the player with the most points wins the Ballon d'Or. If it's a tie, then it's determined by how many first place votes they got, and then if that's a tie, how many second place votes, and so on and so on. And the winner's actually informed before the ceremony, in large part so the winner understands exactly what the ceremony process will be. What's most interesting about all this though is the criteria that France Football asks those journalists to consider when they cast their vote. In the first instance, the Ballon d'Or is limited in scope to a calendar year, whilst domestic football seasons tend to span 2 calendar years. This therefore requires a player to be performing at the highest levels in the second half of a season, and then in the first half of the following season, if they want to have the best chance of winning the award. The most controversial element of the Ballon d'Or, which I don't even know most people will know about since it was only implemented by France Football since 2018, is that the criteria for the Ballon d'Or technically isn't actually about whether you're the best player over the course of a calendar year. I'm sure plenty of people would have assumed the only criteria that's relevant in terms of the Ballon d'Or is who's the best player over the course of a calendar year. And indeed, the previous rules were to judge solely on individual achievement, but it's now much more complicated than that. The jury must cast their votes based on the following criteria: individual and collective performances, winners, during the year, player class, talent and fair play, and overall judgment of the player's career. These are the official factors the jury must consider according to France Football. So clearly the award is much more than just being the best individual player, ever since these factors were introduced in 2018. Let's review each criterion in turn, starting with the first, which basically means that in addition to individual performance, team achievements will also be considered as a factor. Team achievements are considered in an official capacity. In all honesty, we already knew this was a factor beforehand, but this has just made it official and solidified it. In previous years, we've seen players that are part of a team that won domestic titles, Champions Leagues, international tournaments, were often favoured more so than a player who had potentially performed better across the whole of the calendar year, but hadn't achieved a team trophy. Which I think is ridiculous, since the Ballon d'Or should be about the individual, not the collective, since it's an individual award, not a team award. The second criterion asks the judges to review player class, meaning talent and fair play. Talent makes perfect sense because the award is supposed to honour the best player, and I half understand the inclusion of fair play, but I feel like that should go towards another award, not the Ballon d'Or. One specifically for fair play, not towards a trophy which is supposed to be given to the best player based on their performances on the pitch. Otherwise, wouldn't we need to account for things like charity work, political activism, and other off-pitch activities? That then potentially becomes a contest of who's the more charitable person, not who's the better footballer. And then the final one is the weirdest one the jury need to evaluate: overall judgment of the player's career. I'm assuming the reason why this is included is to reward players for being consistently brilliant, rather than just having one brilliant outlier season relative to the rest of their career. But I don't think that's right, because again, for me, the whole point of the Ballon d'Or is to honour the player who's been best that calendar year, regardless of context. If an 18-year-old bursts onto the scene, takes the footballing world by storm, and in that calendar year performs better than Messi, Ronaldo, Lewandowski, better than any player in the world, I don't think their lack of a distinguished career prior to that season should be an obstacle in winning the Ballon d'Or. But anyway, that's how the Ballon d'Or works, and that's how the winner is decided. What do you guys make of all this? Did you know about this criteria? Do you like it? Do you think it should just be focused on individual performance, or do you think these other factors should be considered? Let me know by leaving a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy football videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time.